Hi everyone, it's Margaret here with 60andMe. Hope you're doing well today. Thank you so much for taking some time to join us. I've got a fun video today that I want to share, and the title probably got you thinking about what are these 6 words that she's talking about that we should never use. And for me, words are powerful. I'm a communicator. I've always written, I've always been seeing the power of words to transform lives and to transform the way that we think about things. And so I'm very sensitized to using certain words in certain ways. But I want to share with you, and in a very constructive way, some words that Debbie Headsley, one of our bloggers, suggested might empower us in a way that we are not empowered when we use them. And I think they can have a huge impact on our lives with positive statements that encourage us to, in a way, affirm a truth about us. The way that we speak, the way that we present ourselves with these words is actually a reflection of who we are. So some words are best saved for certain situations, and some words, in Debbie's opinion and in mine, most of these are words I think we can hold back on. So the first one that she talks about is swear words. Now, swear words, I think we can, all relate to, because we've all had things where we've stubbed our toes, or something has happened. It's like, oh, whatever your expletive is. And we say that. And sometimes it's actually quite a release. It's like, it's better than just screaming, or maybe that's a controlled use of, the emotion. But kids, if you're around grandkids or children, you will know that they pick up immediately what you say. So, just have to be careful when you're using these words that they're used in a way that is personal to you. Swear words can be, I guess I'm not judging at all, but they can actually damage little kids, but also relationships. And I don't know whether this can make sense, but I think that when we are upset with someone or we're angry with a situation, we say words that are harsh, that are just tough to take, or they're impossible to take back. You cannot ever take back a word. But the swear words, in particular, are so abrasive, I think, and so long-lasting. I mean, some people use the words just so casually. It's just kind of part of their phrases that they use. But anyway, that's one that Debbie suggests you might want to think. Another word. Well, it's actually 2 words, or it's a word that's used together. Is I'll try. Now, the thing about these words, is that it doesn't have any power. You're either going to do it or you're not going to do it. I'll try it's a word that shows some effort. It shows some, that you've got some desire to accomplish a goal. But it's really kind of like, yeah, I'll try. Oh, actually, I noticed as I was saying that, I put my voice down. I'll try. As a hope, you're giving up. I guess you could say, I'll try. And it would be slightly better, but I'll try is a word or a little phrase that Debbie thinks is probably best used minimally, and that I will is the word to use. I will do something rather than I'll try to do something. And I think it makes a very big difference. Okay, it doesn't allow for failure to say I will, because it's just, it still may be an I try. It still may not be something that you completely accomplish, but I will is a more positive statement. Another is can't. It really does abdicate choice and responsibility when you say I can't learn how to use Zoom. I can't do this technology thing that I need to do in order to do something else. I just switch it around and just say I can, with some help from a tutorial, achieve this this technology thing I need, or I can, with a little bit of practice, become really good on Zoom, because it opens the world to, to other people and to activities, and, the positive comes out of it. And so it's a great opportunity to learn. When you say, I can't do this, it's like, why? Maybe physically, you can't lift a 10-ton weight, or there's some things you aren't able to do. But most of the times I can't do that is because you don't know how to do that. And just a little learning, a little asking for help, that's all right too, can turn an I can't into I can, and I will. Those two kind of go together. Another word that Debbie suggests we don't use as much as we perhaps do. I don't use it that much, but it's like I always, I'll always, or people always say this. And it's just like one little word can change that whole thing around. Like, you always forget to put that away, or that person always has a negative point of view. and or many people always, and that doesn't work. It's like, try often. It really makes all the difference. So like, some people often don't appreciate the fine art of, whatever. Some people often don't appreciate me for my attempts to be communicative, or so take the always out of it and change it to often. I think that actually, I use that a lot. And the other way, I don't know whether I talk about this later, but it's like, in my opinion, that's another phrase that, always, like, you always disagree with me, or you always do this and this and this. Well, in my opinion, whatever, it just softens. It doesn't make it so all-encompassing and so black and white to say, people often, do this, as opposed to they always do this. Are you agreeing with me on this? Are you following this? Another one that Debbie talks about, which is another phrase, these are little phrases, is if only. Don't do that one. Don't say that with those words, because there's never a perfect moment for anything. If only I had more money, I would buy this. Or if only I had more money, I would be happy. Or if only, I was able to walk 3 miles, I could lose a little weight. Or if only, it goes on and on. But by putting the if only phrase in front of the thing that you want to do, it just makes it an impossible dream. But if you can change that around and just say, well, since I have this opportunity, I will take advantage of it. It may not be the whole thing. If only I had enough money, I would take a world cruise. Well, maybe you could take a bus trip, or you could take a river cruise, or it's even more expensive. If you could just think of something that's a sort of a subset of the big thing that you really, really would like. If only it just makes you feel like you're completely out of the present moment and you're in a future world where, if only I did this, or if only I had that. If only I looked better. If only I didn't have wrinkles. If only, I could find a man of my dreams. It doesn't happen. So if only is another phrase. The other one is but. But. Actually, this is one of my favorite ones, because I have a trick for this one, which I use often, all the time. And Debbie calls it a verbal eraser. And I think that is so true. When you say the word but to someone, when they're telling you a story, or they're telling you an idea they have, or a plan, or a business idea, it just completely it washes away everything that was said. It's a verbal eraser. Whatever was said before is gone. So this is what I think is really a great compromise, is to say, if someone says to you, I've got this idea, I'd really like to open a florist business. I'd like to sell flowers. I love flowers. It's my really, really big dream. Now, one person might say, yes, but you've never run a business. You don't even know, how to get financing, or where would you find a shop? And besides, COVID right now is not working for but, but. What you can say is, and if you were able to find the right place in a high street, right now the high streets are looking for something to cheer them up, and flowers would be wonderful. And there's lots of weddings that are still going on, and you could find something creative to do, and build on that person's dream. Now, if they are saying like, I'm going to learn how to fly a plane in the next 3 minutes, or the three weeks, you might say, well, and if you put it like a little bit of work into that, you might get to the first step by filling in the application, or you can just still change it to an and rather than a but, because but is like, yeah, it's a great idea, but how many times do you say that? I know people say this all the time. If only I could do this and this, yeah, but you don't really have a really good, speaking voice. Do you want to go to Italy? You want to move to Italy, but you don't even speak the language. Yes, you do if you learn it, or if that's the point. And if you take that, Rosetta Stone class, you'll be in really good shape to at least communicate with the people that can help you make your decision. You hear me? I mean, it's just a different tone altogether. So in our lives, in our world, words are so important. And so the words I'm going to say right now are going to, please, listen to them. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe and press the notification bell. I just love it when bloggers say that in that little rhythm. But because if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. But it's all true. If you're doing content on YouTube, you've got to use a convincing tone of voice to get people to support you, because there's millions of videos out there, and we'd love to share this with older women around the world. So, hope that you enjoyed this. I'd like to know, do you use any of these words? Has this been a kind of an inspiration to think about words differently? Do you have any negative words in your vocabulary? Leave your comments in the section below. Let's have a chat. Let's share with each other. And I hope that you're doing well wherever you are and using words to support you and enliven you and inspire you. And I love you. Oh, that's an important word to say to people. Take really good care, everybody. Bye-bye for now.